من
What?
الشيطان الرجيم
Wesh,
بسم
wesh.
الله الرحمن
La ville de ma mère, c'est réel.
الرحيم ألف لام
Wesh.
ميم.
La vie de ma mère, c'est réel.
ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى
Tonton, c'est bon, tonton.
للمتقين
Je suis choqué, les gars. C'est réel, la sourate de la vache. On est dans le respect, y a pas de branlette, hein. Mais c'est.
This is unreal, bro. Now I know what you guys saw, and I know what I saw. And wallahi, I swear, I can't even believe my eyes. I don't even know what I just saw. Cause that should make no sense. Logically, it should make no sense. Cause look. What basically happens in this video is a bunch of cows, random cows, in a random land, in a random piece of land, a farm, whatever, ran towards the speaker that was playing a certain surah or a certain sound, you know? And these cows were running at them, and immediately they stopped. And they all, it's so weird because it's like they all lined up in rows, perfectly straight rows, one behind the other. And it's like they're praying salah. You know how like we Muslims pray salah? It's like they're praying salah. Like I'll put a picture up right now. It's like they're praying salah. Now listen, think of it I want to think of this as like a way of how atheists would think, right? Maybe they could be like, they could make like an example, they could make like a scenario, like, maybe an animal that was dangerous was running at them. That's why they're running away. That explains something, right? Okay. They're running. Okay, they're running at the car. Why'd they stop? They should have kept running, but no. They stopped. And it was not like they were running, bro. I swear, it's like they heard it and then they ran. Not that they saw something, they heard something and then they ran towards the car and then they stopped. And you know what crazy? You wanna know what's the most craziest part? Yeah, believe it, something more crazy than that. It's that what type of surah was playing. It was Surah Al-Baqarah. Now look, to the Muslims, maybe some of you know, maybe some of you don't know. And to the non-Muslims, maybe some of you know, maybe some of you don't know. The Surah Al-Baqarah translates in English, or it's called, even the Quran. It's not like we're making it up. It's even called in the Quran, the cow. Ironic, isn't it? It's called the cow. Now, what makes this surah so special is because what's in it? What's in this surah, right? Why out of all the surahs did these two guys use this surah to play to these animals? Look, it's because there have been many videos before where people have uploaded using this surah, the cow, for cows to listen to, and then they experiment to see, okay, what do cows do to respond, and they run towards them. Always the same scenario. It never changes. Go on TikTok, go on Instagram, go on YouTube. You always find the same thing happening over and over again. And these guys experimented and it worked. And wallahi, I know their iman probably boosted. It probably went like up because they're like, yo, this is a sign from Allah. Every single surah, all these surahs, right? Even though like they have laws in them, they have stories in them, but they always have like these unique things about them that make them special, and that's what gives them their names. The cow, etc. Now, the main story in Surah Al-Baqarah is crazy. It's about the nation of Israel, right? Not the nation that we know now. The nation of Israel, modern day Palestine. That nation of Israel is from the time of Moses, when Musa alayhi salam, he was in charge of them. Now there was something that happened, right? And Allah asked Musa, because listen, I'm doing this off of memory. I don't know the exact story, but I'm just telling you off of memory, because I know this story. I know it, but I don't know it like in the detail. Allah told Musa to tell your people to sacrifice a cow. Now the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, and this is very funny, right? He said that if the people of Israel just listened to Allah and they just sacrificed a random cow, Allah would have been happy with it. But you see, the people of Israel, they had like this very weird tendency. They used to always love asking questions, like not like questions to gain knowledge, but to doubt Allah, to question Musa. Even though a prophet is right in front of you, even though he parted the seas in front of you, you still want to question him like he did nothing for you. So they asked him, "Yeah, Musa, what color should they be? What color should the cow be? How tall should the cow be? What type of cow do you want?" They asked all these stupid questions. They asked Musa alayhi salam. And Allah kept on making it harder and harder and harder and harder for them to find this cow, to the point where they became fed up. They're like, we can't find this cow. Of course they found the cow and they sacrificed it. But that's where the Prophet ﷺ tells you in the hadith that if they just listened to Allah and sacrificed a normal cow, it would have been enough for Allah. But they doubted Allah and they questioned Him. And that's the entire story of Surah Al-Baqarah. Wallah, this video, bro, this video, not the one that you're watching of me, the video that I showed you in the beginning, bro, it should wake you up. It should wake every single person up, the Muslim, the non-Muslim, because I don't think there's any other book in the world. I don't think there's any other book in the world that is as powerful as the Quran and that can have the same impact on living beings on this planet like the Quran. There is none. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Subscribe, like, if you want more type of videos, yo, just keep on telling me. Assalamu alaikum.